You waited 20 minutes, you thought your oven was ready to go, and somehow your pizza still came out like this. It's not your dough, it's not your sauce, it's how you manage your heat. I'm gonna bake a couple pies tonight and show you what to do to get better, more consistent bakes out of your backyard pizza oven. First things first, you have to preheat properly. It sounds obvious, but how you treat the preheat is the difference between crispy and golden and blackened and burnt. The temp hub on your pizza oven is super useful, but what does it read? It reads air temp on both sides of the oven, not the stone temp. So how do you do that? You need a digital thermometer. Because what makes or breaks your bake is the stone temp where you launch the pizza. So instead of guessing, treat the stone like a heat map. Check at least 3 spots every time: back, center, and front. You're looking for relatively consistent, even temps across the stone. Any big swings, and you know you gotta let it preheat a little longer. The same oven can lead to totally different bakes. The stone is a heat sink, so as it preheats, parts of it are warming up faster than others. If you don't give the stone enough time to fully preheat, you're gonna get wildly inconsistent bakes. Launch on a cold patch, you're gonna get a pale bottom. But launch where it's too hot, and you'll get that bitter black hole char. As a starting point for most of my bakes, I'm usually hunting for the high 700s on the stone. But don't get too crazy about one number. Style and toppings will change everything. The rule is super simple. Just scan where you're about to launch. Between pies, the move is real simple. You have to let the stone recover and then verify with your thermometer. I start with about 5 minutes as a baseline, with the flame turned back up to recharge the stone. Then I scan again. If it's not back where I want it, I'm not launching yet. And this is the part that makes the rest easy, because once your stone is right, all you have to do is use the flame to fine-tune the top. Which brings us to something most beginners are super scared to do. Adjust the flame after launching your pizza. Most people just crank the oven, launch, and let it rip. But the top can race ahead, and you're more likely to make mistakes that way. You have to treat the flame like a control dial, not just an on-off switch. Turn the flame down to buy time for the bottom to set. If I need to, I can always bring it back up to finish the top. Now, once the flame is under control, the turning peel becomes my steering wheel. The back area is generally the hottest, so I like to get in there early, around the 20 to 30 second mark, and start steering that browning. If you can't lift the pizza off the stone with your turning peel, just give it a couple more seconds, the base hasn't set yet. From here on out, it's smooth sailing. I just keep turning it every 20 to 30 seconds until I get that beautiful, even bake. This is why a turning peel is such a big upgrade. You can turn the pizza without yanking it all the way out, so everything stays more controlled and more consistent. Also, it makes you look like you know what you're doing in front of your friends. You want to impress your friends, right? And finally, the last step. Toss that pizza on a wire rack for 30 to 60 seconds. You have to let the steam escape so that bottom stays nice and crisp. Otherwise, you're steaming the crust right at the end. All right, save this. If your bake's doing something weird, it's usually one of these. And that's all there is to it. Hopefully these simple steps will make sure you're a little less frustrated next time you go to make a pizza. Just remember, you're in control, not the oven. If this helped, be sure to subscribe. I drop real-world pizza fixes each and every week, right here on the Backyard Pizza Lab.